Yeah, so I'm gonna get you standing. Okay, now just don't fall down the vines, okay? Burrito, be safe, be safe. Oh, good jump. Good jump, boy. Hello and welcome back, or welcome to Season 2 of Hardcore Minecraft with me, Doom Mountain, and our new beloved pet behind me there, Mr. Burrito. There you go, coming in on your cue. How you doing, buddy? You're a bit camera shy, are you? Don't worry. Just like Bluey, you'll warm up to it. But I hope everyone has been doing well and has kind of been looking forward to getting back over here in this hardcore world and see just how much we can get done in today's episode in this Tree Nursery. Yes, that is right, Burrito. I'm taking a serious look at some of the stuff that I've been doing, and I genuinely think we need to sort of maybe aim a little bit smaller so we can get some of these stuff done, because, you know, it has been a little bit since we originally started this project, and I need to remind myself, the reason we're doing this is because, well, we need to collect more resources. Okay, so I can't just go around doing a whole heap of things. This is a project so that we can get a larger amount of wood supply. So, what do I talk about? This whole tree nursery. So this little bit of a... It's not an island, but we're going to kind of make it into a small island. We should cut along that shoreline there and bring it up into line there. Kind of behind where we've got our two tall trees there. We're going to have our lovely tree nursery. And as you can see with Bluey over there and that mysterious frog, I really do not know how he got there, right? That frog is one of the frogs that we brought back from a tadpole from the witch farm over to where we've got our pond back at home, and for some reason he has jumped out of the pond, swam through the ocean, and arrived back here. So I think there's three main pets or mobs here. The brown panda, which I was thinking calling Coco, we've got the evil panda, and we've got this frog here too. So guys, if you wouldn't mind helping out with some name suggestions, because otherwise we're going to get more things like Burrito over here. Yeah, that's not the smartest plan. So before I started ranting on about the frog and unsure why it's here, I was about to talk about what we need to get done today and how I'm cutting things down a little bit, you know, in more manageable size bites. So what I want to get done for today is just replace all of this sand with dirt. So we need to go and collect up a bit of dirt, and then I want to start getting in these pathings, because I think once that's done, then we can just sort of segment each part into its own little section. So Bluey, do not start telling me there's witches around here. I'm going to leave you alone. Baby turtle! Oh, these things are so cool. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm going to be kicking you guys out of here soon. It makes me feel like a monster, but you're cute. Just walk away, man. It's easier. So, as I was going to say, once we've got all our paths in and in a definitive state, not just this whole path blocked spacing here that I've done in the last few ones, we can really segment this off. So we've got the path in, we can put in whatever fencing we wanted to do. Maybe we put an actual proper fence or gated area between here and the natural jungle, and then put a path that leads us over into where we've got that jungle temple thing. I still do not know what that's called. Another plus once we've got those pathings in is I can actually start putting in like the bridges and other small little details that we want to get done. So I think today what we're going to really get spent on is just doing a bit of terraforming. Now I know I'd normally try and do this off camera sort of thing, but you know, I am really just trying to slow pace the progress at the moment just a little bit, so that it's a bit more manageable. And I think that's something that really helps prevent any Minecraft burnouts, is just working at a little bit of a slower pace. So, for this episode, we are going to need to collect ourselves quite a bit of dirt, because I am running quite low on a lot of resources, and dirt being one of them. Thank you very much, Witch Farm. You've taken up a lot of our resources. Anyway, I've decided to come on up here where I've been collecting dirt a little bit off camera, and I also was kind of designing and thinking out putting up a new little area up here. But again, that was quite some time ago, and it's sat in this one state for quite some time. But this is where I've been collecting dirt, and I thought it'd be a good idea just to kind of show you guys where it all is. So if we just try and do a bit of Tarzan here, jump up the vine, up the tree. You can see that the Cherrywood Isles is just over there. Our Tree Nursery is going to be just there. Yeah, Burrito, this is a really nice view of it, isn't it? Please don't fall out of the tree. I know the dog arm is good for creep of damage. I don't know about fall damage, so Burrito, just sit and admire. So as you can see, we're pretty close here to the Cherrywood Isles. It's just a matter of crossing that little river over there where our I was going to say horse stable, but no, it's a horse and camel stable is just there. Sort of cross the river and up we come through the jungle and we make our way up the top here. So as you can see, this is kind of where it started. It had a little bit of an up peak going up and around and all down here. And I just wanted a flat spot in this jungle on top of like the hill to build something. Unfortunately, what I was going to build, I've kind of forgotten, lost track of, and it's just been lost to time. So, you know, guys, look up here, see this space. We'll go back over a bit more clearer in the daylight because I can see the night's going. But please, if you've got some ideas for what you think we could build up here, leave them in the comments section. I might even put some screenshots of this up on the Discord server, and, you know, people can, you know, use that as models, ideas. I don't know, but I wouldn't mind just getting your feedback of what you think we could actually put here. Don't worry about that template cobblestone there. It will go, so feel free to have any idea you want, I guess. I know, Burrito, stop rambling. Let's sleep away the night and have a look in the day. Alright, so as you can see, this is a fairly nice flattened out space that I've been working on, and it will get even flatter by the end of this episode when we start clearing out all of this dirt. I'm not sure about how far up into here I want to go and clear it wise. Obviously, I guess it depends on any build, design, or anything that people have thoughts on, but I have mainly been working, as you can kind of see, with this chunk just over here. I think I've almost completely brought it back in line with this part here all the way across. So this is where we're going to collect up our dirt for today. I'm hoping that this should be enough. I mean, I'll probably just fill up a few loads, go back, empty my pockets, and, you know, replace the sand as we're going along. But this is basically where that spider come from. You stay over there wherever you are, alright? Jeez. This is a hardcore world, don't forget. I do get very scared very easily. But yeah, guys, so I think I'm just going to start clearing out over here. I've got Bluey, I've got Burrito, I've got my shovel. I'm going to clear out that space there. Any ideas for any of this section, please let me know. But yeah, let me just clear out some dirt. You guys don't need to see that, and we'll jump back over to the Tree Nursery. Alright, so we are now back down here at our Tree Nursery. After our last scene up there where I showed you guys where I was going to collect up the dirt, I managed to get a little bit of a live stream done, and we harvested all the dirt up there that I could get to make that nice flat land, and it still wasn't enough dirt. We were able now to complete all of this part here, get the terraforming done to actually make the water and all the land meet up nicely. We did still sprinkle in the sand, so it still felt like, you know, the pockets of it would be washed up on shore. We have our lovely pandas still roaming, and some more pigs and chickens are now spawning up now that we've got all of this grass in. So as you can see, this is where that annoying frog was showing off all my mistakes before, but that's all now covered up. We could only get this much done. We did still run out of dirt. This, yeah, Burrito, not that close, but this is really a large area, and so that we don't get too bogged down now by I still need to actually collect up some dirt, what I want to do is, yes, Burrito, I'm telling them, is I want to now start building over on the side where we entered from. So I want to start building up that dock and everything while we still collect up the dirt and, you know, make our way back here. So while we can with our supplies, let's start over there and then path our way to here. So let's jump back over there near the dock. Alright, so if that didn't quite make much sense, what I'm wanting now is I've run out of dirt again, but I'm not letting that become an excuse and putting it off until I get that whole area all nice and prettied up. We're just going to start, and where we're going to start is, Burrito, good boy, right here. what I'm wanting, and I've been saying it for a while now, is a bit of a dock so that we can have our ships coming in or our boats sailing through, getting up into here, and then we can set off our path coming it down here, and I'm thinking right where our chest is here. So we get this little, 3 wide step up, and then that's going to lead us into our pathing for everything. And now I've got some blocks over here which I think will be very useful for the dock, because I'm picturing, over there you can see where we've got the fishing area. It's all stone, it's very built up because the Cherrywood Isle is a very built up area. It caters for residents, and it has all that sort of, yes, make-believe stuff, sure, let's go with that. But over here at the Tree Nursery area, it's housed by one person. It's got a few mobs that run and that sort of thing. It's a very small spaced. So I'm picturing that this dock here would have been built up, with just some of the supplies that they could have gathered from this area. So it's all different wood types. It'd just be a nice wooden sort of dock. Why can't I think of another name for it? Burrito, stop sniffing me. But anyway, a nice wooden one made of different mismatched sort of stuff. There's a Trident guy over there, he's going to get my way in a minute. But I think that would be nice coming up from about here. So that's why I've got the the yellow wool, because I want to kind of mark out how far out I want. And I'm thinking that that's 5. So if we had that going all the way around, it's not going to make too much of a difference, is it? No, it's not. So let's go out, say 9. So it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I now want this to lip the entire thing. Excuse me, buddy. Out of the shot. I know you had him covered, Burrito. It's okay, I just wanted him out of the shot. But if we continue this 9 all the way around until we reach up to this end point, I think that's going to give us a nice sort of just spacing, so we can actually build up with the dock. We can transition it from the wooden panels from there into a bit of a dirty path over here, and clear up a bit of this mess. So with that said, that we want this to come out all the way there, so we can come here and we'll go out another 9.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
And then if we continue that on, just so we've got a bit of an idea for spacing here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we'll go right up to the end. Pick here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Alright, now let's, Burrito, come up. Stop falling in the water. Oh, I know I might have pushed you, but come over here. Right, if we come over here near Bluey where he's looking up, you can see that, yeah. Alright, that is going to be where our dock sits. And I think we need to now clear out this dirt here, because right where, yes, thank you, Drown, you're doing an excellent job demonstrating that for me. The ground level's a little bit too high, and as you can see, kind of down here, we have this really nice, cool underwater cave. So I think maybe we should start opening this up a little bit and then build in our dock there. That was really loud in my ear, Burrito, but I'm glad that you're on board with me. So let me now clear out all of this dirt, so that way we can come back and place in our dock and then start thinking about our pathing. So, one moment. So I've now cleared out all of that dirt and sand that was in our way there, that was bringing the riverbed up to the base of where the dock is going to be, and I've now sort of tried to clear it out a little bit. I knew that this was going to be a project that could probably take me forever just to get nice and done and perfectly, but that wasn't the idea, was it? And I'm trying to get in that mindset now of we're just trying to get our work done. We don't need to go over it too much. Let me get the basic done, and then I can bring you back in for the bit of the chat about it, and we can maybe even do a bit ourselves. So let's jump into the water here, and as you can see, I've managed to sort of nicely, I think, angle down this landmass, bringing it back into the flat level now. It is a little bit awkward just being flat, so I will need to come back through, put in some divots that we've got over here, obviously coming with some bone meal, just so that we can create that sort of seagrass and that life on the base of the water again. But it's this section over here. So you can see this is where our cave entrance is, and we should explore that soon. Here, I want to bring this back. As you can see, I just went like a jagged edge here. It's not really fancy at all. And this sort of protrudes just a little bit too much for my liking. All of this part here I'm happy with. We just got to do, that decorative stuff. But at the moment, that's pretty good. I think that's a nice distance away from our dock so that, it really does seem like this is a standalone supported structure. Bluey, I do not have time. No. Bluey. No. Okay, we'll go over here then. We'll go over to Burrito. Alright, so Burrito, as I was saying over there to Bluey, but he just wanted to keep making noises at me. I believe now we have the dock set for the right level, so now it's just a matter of incorporating that patchiness of the woods that I was talking about. And for this, I think some of our best choices are probably going to be the oak. Not so much dark oak for this, definitely spruce. Although I will grab out the dark oak just for something a little later on in the build. But for now, with those blocks, you right there, pig? Burrito, do something about that. Alright, good job. Okay, so with these blocks, let's grab out a few of what I want. So I think we've grab a stack of that and a stack of that. Now, definitely, yes I did, here we go. I brought some extra charcoal because I want campfires. I think it will give a nice little break up in just the patchiness of some of the build. So if we go through, we're bringing them. Definitely want some spruce trapdoors and the oak trapdoors. The oak, though, I believe will probably be more of a guardrail. So we now come in and grabbing a bit more of that. We want some half slabs of each. And I think these might be the blocks that we'll use. So we'll go between, nope, I want the campfires, not you Totem. We want the campfires, we want ourselves the spruce trapdoors and the planks there like so. And I think we'll bring in the railings afterwards. But for now, let's just go through and do a rough sort of patching of what I want so that we can then go through and I'll get this done so we can come back in and bring in the rails. A lot of wording then, I know, sorry about that. Also, just a side note, you see all of these drown down here and all this water? Remember how like a few episodes ago I made a setup so we could have potions for everything? Yeah, I forgot I had water breathing for the entire build of this. Alright, Burrito, you're going to keep getting in the water, aren't you? So maybe you need to sit here until we got a bit more land mass for you. So come over here. Alright, Burrito, sit, and let's start placing. So, at the moment, it's just going to be, well, we get a rough idea. I think I've already started off wrong because I want the lighter colours closer to the shore and the darker colours further away. So that'll be more of a something like this here. Might bring that out like so, and then slowly start to introduce some of this typing. Just some, because what I like here with the differencing is you can see that the oak is very much more of a fresher wood. It's a lot more brighter. It's not so, in this term, it hasn't soaked up as much moisture as the spruce has. So you can see here the spruce looks like it's a little bit wet in comparison. So I thought, if we kind of try and just use this as a little bit of shading, we might be able to start getting in just that little bit more detail into our builds. So this is the plan. I'm going to take it all the way along so that it's all 9 coming out from here, just like our banners have shown. And yeah, so let me place this in like this. The campfires though, before we go, let's test that. Yeah. Okay. I think I may have messed up and the campfires may not work here. Oh, you don't have, oh no. I had to break it with my shovel because my axe doesn't have a pickaxe. Silk touch. So, okay, the campfires aren't going to work because, the way that blocks are set up, I've been placing this on the top half of it, but campfires will always go to the bottom half instead of that nice middle there. So that was an experiment. It didn't quite work out. So now let me just go through and add on these and we'll be back in to do the railing and the supports. So as we can see, this is what that first sort of portion of this looks. And other than it not quite running smoothly into the ground, like the grass and the sort of sand and gravel here, I like the texturing that this has at the moment for the deck. The further parts, it is more of that darker part as it's soaked up a bit more of the moisture of the water, where it's still here on the bay, it's a little bit more lighter and less, affected by boats coming up onto it and more heavier loads being thrown upon the dock. So I think that this is at the moment coming along quite nicely. Now, while we're doing this here, I just would like to show off then how I want our rails to be. And for this, I'm wanting just to go around like so. And then with our oak trap doors, we're going to, no, wrong way. Putting them on the right side, we're going to have them going along just like this. And this will create ourselves our own little bit of a guarded wall. Now here, you will see we need to change it up. So if I just run this one into here, okay, so this is how our railings will go. But once we hit our corner spot, we can't have one on the same outside as this block, like we've got there and here. So if we were to place now one of the rails there and there, you will see that we can no longer fit one of these in this section here. So for these parts, all I'm going to do is bring it on the inside, and that will help us round off our edge without breaking up too much of the, illusion that this is kind of a bit of just a railing here as a bit of support. I can see, it is floating a little bit along here, but at the same time, it's not like this is a professional dock that's expecting massive loads and ships coming all the time. As we said, part of the lore and the story of this that's Cherrywood Isles, of the Tree Nursery, is that a lot of this stuff is being built here by the people that are here. So it's not like it's going to be all fancy. That's why we have a bit of mismatched woods. Some of these planks have already come loose, so they've just nailed them down. Now I can see that some of them here, they're all running in that nice, actually almost all of them, except like these ones, are running in the nice one direction. So I'm wanting to come through and actually break it up here so it does look like over time, okay, this one's broken, so they've come down, patched up all the work here, and then they've come over and gone, oh, now this one's broken, all right, we'll patch it up here. Oh, this one broke, so we'll patch it up here. And as you can see, they're all running in different directions, showing that they were worked on at different points in time. I want to show that little bit of messiness in the craftsmanship to sort of show a little bit more of the character of the people that are here. I really hope that makes sense, because I'm really enjoying doing this bit more of the world building. So yeah, I thought we'll go through, show off how I'm going to do the railings, and then I'll now just finish this all off. Instead of just doing this one bit here and then coming back to show the railings, we'll come back in and this all should be nice and finished up. So back in a moment. So, as we can see behind me now, I have managed to put this dock into place. I really do like the choicing of the colours there to go from that lighter of the oak at the shoreline that really sort of shows off a bit more of the drier of the timber compared to the spruce that's a bit more closer to where the water would be and soaking up from that, as well as the ships and anything coming on and off there. So I do like how I've done that great. It's a bit of a small scale, so I mean, yes, it looks a little bit splotchy, I'd say, but I do think that it really is giving a great representation of the idea that I was trying to go for. However though, now as we can see where that llama is unfortunately got itself stuck, please don't, just get yourself out of there. No, llama, no, oh come on, no, oh no! Exactly, Bluey. I'm so sorry that you guys had to see that. But back to what we were talking about. You can see that this dog is now still just, it's floating. It's being yeah, you're right, bro. I should give up on that word because I'm not going to get it. It's sticking out from the shore there, but it's not really being supported up and connecting down into the base there. So I want to now work on that part and then also work out where we're going to remove some of those railing fences to work out where we want the actual ships to be able to dock and all that sort of thing, so people can get on and off the dock there. Really got to work out another name for that. So if we take a look at these two piles of logs behind me, this is the idea that I was going for, to be able to show the bit more soaked and saturated of water that's seeped into the wood as it's being, submerged, keeping this dock up. Now, I thought we could go from dark oak to spruce into oak, but that final stage into the oak is just too jarring and just too stand outish and distinguished. Distinguished? Yes, I'm sure that's the right one. Isn't it, Burrito? Oh, the Wandering Trader said it's alright, so I'm going to go with it. Anyway, and the stripped variety really didn't help. Like, as you can see there, it's so much more lighter and brighter than the standard oak that I thought maybe I could transition between the stripped spruce into the regular oak into stripped, and that just didn't work out. So my thinking now is that we're going to have these beams be the dark oak base, non-stripped, climbing up into the spruce logs, also non-stripped, which will then come up into our dock here. I think this is just going to give that best representation of, you know, the water seeping into the logs, and they look like they are aged and that. We might even also come along and add a bit of lichen on there to show a bit of the moss growing off. I think that'll be a cool little touch. But for now, let's just work out where exactly we want to put these logs in. And now I think the first one really should probably come here. So if we remove this one and go, Burrito, you have to sit. I'm sorry. Oh, you got a trident? Oh, no. Hang on. Let's try and fix up this guy here. There's the bow. Come on. Shot 1. Can I get to shot 2? I did! And I got a trident! Woo! Sorry, that was loud. I'm enjoying collecting tridents at the moment. But while we're down here, let's go through and work out exactly which block it is we need to put our base in. So, say here, let's go up, say 3, and continue the rest with the spruce. Plop it there. Yeah, I think that's alright actually, because that texture works nicely, especially if it's going to be along the edges of it. So we'll go with 1 there. Let's go across a little bit. I'm thinking that one was in a little bit, so you could see you've got the edge around it. So maybe we want to keep with that styling, so it'll always be 1 in. So let's go with, say, I reckon just here. Or maybe it'd be better off here. Yeah, let's go here. Let's go this time 2. Have them at different lengths too, so we might even bring up the next one, the dark oak, a little bit further up than the 3 of the previous, but it's just to give that different texturing feel. So it's not necessarily, also, like, I went crazy doing all the detailing and texturing over here, putting in stairs, like cracks, that sort of stuff to show chipping away. But honestly, what you don't ever see, it's more of just my peace of mind. But I think we'll go through, I'll texture up this stuff here, get these pillars in. I can see that it's almost night, so let me sleep away the night. I'll put in these last few around here, bring us back in, and then I think we'll be almost up to wrapping up this episode. I know it might be a little bit shorter, or it might not be, I'm not too sure how the structure's going at the moment. But I think this is being a nice pace for what I want the hardcore episodes to be. So yeah, let me sleep away the night and get these pillars in place. Alright, so back here now at Bluey's little lookout peak, you can see that those pillars really help just tie in the whole connectiveness of this dock. So it's not actually just floating there anymore. Yes guys, it's being grounded into the actual water and it fits in fairly nicely, I think. Now, Bluey, that's you. Burrito, you're going to have to sit here because I just want to jump down into the water to show off this sort of texturing that we've done. Now with some of these ones here where it was a little bit of a taller reach down to as we get into our cave mouth here, I did sort of randomize it a little bit and continue on with a bit more of the dark oak and a bit more spruce interchanging, especially as we get up to these higher points, because I thought, you know, the wood would soak in the water at different levels and different gradient sort of points. So that's what I went with there. As you can see, all these, not all of them are perfect the same, they're all a little bit different shaped. Let's not drown, okay? Get up on the water. You've shown off your little bit about under there, so we're not going to go under there for a few minutes because I need to remember to breathe. Whew. Alright, I've collected up my emotional support animal, Burrito. Yeah, look as he comes and gives me kisses and then runs away. Jeez, that's perfect for an emotional support pet. Anyway, it's now time that we think, before wrapping up this episode, how are we connecting the dock and the ground here? Now, I'm thinking that because most of our pathings are going to be the coarse dirt and a little bit of the rooted dirt sort of thing, that I want to really place that down here now and have that as the main sort of trodden area, because as you can see, this whole dock here has space where people will be walking, and I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but I believe this here is going to be where I actually want my path to start. So it's going to step up from here, yes, just like Burrito did, into our main section there. So all of this needs to come up and be replaced with, what did I say? Coarse dirt. The rooted dirt I think we're going to put in next episode, because we can get that really easy by just growing some azalea over dirt instead of the coarse dirt, and it will change it. So we also get a bit of extra wood, and it just makes it a bit of an easier process. But for over here, now you can see that the dock's finished, the walls ended up there, and there's this open space just here. Now it's filled with gravel at the moment, but I want to replace that with sand. So as you can see, we kind of got the sand down there, and we definitely got it over here. So I want to kind of run that up so it's a bit of a sandier shore here where people can come and maybe go fishing. Yeah, that's my thinking for this little space here. So what we need now is obviously coarse dirt, and I didn't go ahead and start putting the dirt over there that I collected. As you can see, I've been savouring it up in here, so I think we could spare some of this dirt here. I grabbed some gravel, but we do have plenty of it here, as well as sand, so that'll go great for there. Now, if we want some extra detailing, like some rocks and that's been trodden in, I've got the cobblestone and the mossy cobblestone, just to allow for that bit of variety, but I'm not too sure exactly how I want that to go through. I am thinking that the stairs might be made out of cobblestone, just because going off of that theme of everything's sort of made with what's here, it's all very basic and that sort of easy workmanship. The cobblestone kind of makes sense to me. Okay, so the sun's now setting on me, and so I think what we might do is I'm going to sleep, and I'll bring you back in when this whole part here has been replaced with the new coarse dirt, and, you know, just seeing if we want to plock in some of those cobblestone blocks as well. But I think mainly at this point it's just going to be replaced with coarse dirt. So I'll bring you guys back in just a moment. So in almost no time at all, I was able to get this section here done. So I first off just removed all of the grass and put in the coarse dirt, and it did look a little bit weird how the butting of the dock and the coarse dirt worked. So I decided to, as you can see, just start branching out those oak planks, just so that way it could kind of show that maybe this dirt's been kicked up a little bit on the dock, and actually there is a bit of wood underneath this. If you were to brush it off, you might see that the dock actually comes all the way out to here, but it makes it sort of help break in that transition between the two. The mossy cobblestone and the cobblestone itself was a nice little breakaway from all of this dirty browns. It's given us that little bit of a green tinge in there, as well as all the grey, just to help break up the colour. I did also try and include that up along the walls there, but again, this was just getting it to bare bones so that way it would be ready for us to next episode jump in and start working on it and building it up all nicely. Hello, parrot. Oh, you remind me of an old friend. Oh, Polly. Now, I also managed to get this as the bit of that sandy shore that I was after, and I did include the stripped birch that I've been talking about both on that last live stream, and I also believe last episode how I want to include it into the sandier shore sections, because this texture to me, it just gives off a bit more of a wet sand feeling, and I try to include it as I sort of branched it down there a little bit, just because, again, it's just for, yeah, I know, Burrito, I've got to get the camera angles right. It's just for texturing, just to give it that little bit more detail that, again, from a distance, you probably don't notice it, but when you're up close, it's just those little things that help really sell the liveliness of that area. Alright, so now that we're back here with Bluey and we're just looking over our hard work for this episode to get the dock in there, as well as, not to mention, we did start off by getting quite a bit of this terraformed and all the dirt in place. It was just over near the storage area for all the logs and everything that we didn't quite get the dirt up to date, but we were able to get all of that plus get our dock into position. So now we can build off of this, get all of our paths in, break up our sections between the oak, the birch, the acacia, put all of that into planning and get it into place. So I'm really happy with what we've gotten done. I like also a bit more of this speed and progress approach to a hardcore episode, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it too. Please, let me know what you're thinking in the comments and that sort of stuff. Yes, Burrito, I'm sure they will. You don't need to hound them. But yes, I hope you all have enjoyed this episode of the Hardcore World. I've really enjoyed just working at this pace and just seeing this dock now at this stage here. I can really start seeing the potential, and I hope you guys are starting to imagine what could be going on here to getting ready for that next episode, or even a live stream if I decide to stream this progress so we can move a little bit quicker in this project. But guys, until next time, thank you everyone who has tuned in. I appreciate it very, very much so. But until then,